we'll get this cap off here. So a cap and a wavy washer. There's a cap, there's a wavy washer. Probably one of these two, so I grabbed a couple sockets while I was over there. Look at that, first try. Zip that off. Oh. One too many whacks. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm debating whether or not we should stick a slide hammer on here and just smash this off. Just so we got some room to get under here, you know, maybe to beat on the hub, I don't know. We'll leave it for now. We'll go on the back side. We'll keep this pushed in. Let's see if we can't get those bolts out of the back side. So I went ahead and sprayed the front of it with a little Panther pea there. Well, the sensor here ought to be just about, I'm gonna say it should be just about falling out. We'll have to look at the new one, compare it to the grooves and stuff that are on this one. This may be reusable. Like I say, we'll have to compare it, you know, as far as the notches and stuff on there. See, I don't know if it's missing any of the plastic or anything that's on it. But yeah, we've got to work on getting some socket beat over top of these bolts. It could be a chore. So we just got the two there and the two on the other side is one up there you can't see. At some point in their life, they were likely 18. We'll use a little bit of the good stuff just to make us feel better, even though we know it's not going to do anything. You never know, might slip right out. Let's see, were they 18 or were they 15? Kind of a big difference, what do you think? That's an 18. Yeah, I don't know. You know, we grabbed the Nano for 3/8. We're about to find out. I'll beat that back on there. As soon as Hannah gets our hose hooked up here. There we go, look at that. Nope, it's not 18. We'll start going down in sizes. Yeah, we grab a 17 and a 16. We'll go 17 first. Let's see how that feels. Sometimes in this business, you just got to whittle them down. That one's a 17 today. Look at that. There it is. I don't know what it's supposed to be, really, but let's see. 17 fits pretty good. It's like some kind of Euro size. Were they teamed up with Fiat when this happened? There's our 17. There's number 2, baby. Might have to get a longer extension to get up in these little guys. I don't know. Let's see. They want an auto repair channel, Hannah. We're getting reality here. Deal with this crap every day. Guy down in Florida, he's out in the parking lot changing this thing. Why don't you grab our like our 6-inch extension that's got the little wobble on the end of it. That'll help us get in there. Oh man, that went right down my neck. Okay, I think we're in good shape. Salty. won the war. Well, we got the bolts out. We ain't won the war yet because that bearing's still in there. Okay. Why don't I even try anymore? So what I'm wondering if we can take the bolt, stick the bolt back in there. And these are the only 4 bolts I have, so I don't want to ruin them. We're gonna smash on it anyways. Get this back in the hole. Pour out just a couple threads. And then we're gonna get what I like to call the old shake and break. We'll stick our socket on it. We'll grab our air hammer. We'll give it the beans. So I actually have a bit, air hammer bit. This is for the 401 shank. It's actually called the shake and break. I can't remember who makes this thing. Maybe it says on it. Well, I went to Snap-on, I went to Blue Point. So it's got a 3/8 hex on it. So you can actually stick it on a socket. It's made for smashing sockets, basically. So we'll see if we can't stick it in here. I think I just saw it move. Tasted dust is in the salt. Tasted salt is in the air. I just unscrew it a bit. Smash on it some more here. Either that or we're just driving the bolt straight through it. Ruining everything. We'll find out here in a second. No. Oh, look at that. That was easy. And the whole backing plate came loose, just like I thought it would. Actually, I said it wouldn't. I lied. Basically, I'm just a liar. So basically, I was looking at this wrong. What I was seeing is the metal bracket here that holds our caliper is riveted to the stay, the upper pivot for the brakes, and the backing plate. For whatever reason, I thought it was all part of the actual knuckle assembly, which it isn't. So now, we got this little dilemma. Not so much a dilemma, but it's more difficult to work with when everything is nasty and crusty. I was hoping that fits. Yeah, that works. Alright, so there is the back of our wheel bearing. We get to see that now. Get to see what happened. Hopefully we can just smash it out of here. We'll give her a little spray of the good stuff. This is probably going to require safety glasses and a hammer. Let me show you what we have. So this is what we have. You can see the back of the bearing here is just, this is that metal plate that holds it. This is the metal holder for the wheel speed sensor, and it's just gone. Toast. I believe our bearing is likely good. You know, the bearing itself isn't noisy. We drove it, we didn't hear it, but just this metal holder for the speed sensor, but nothing you can do about that. It's just toast. Well, let's see if just the weak sauce light hammer application will do anything here. Haha, baby! Well, that was easy. Turn this light on. Man, the light is insane. So that came out pretty easy. There's the bearing. A couple little love taps with this little guy. No pneumatic tools required. It came right out. And the good news is, when it busted loose, we didn't lose any of our parking brake shoe business. So apparently they've engineered enough clearance in here. You can almost see the shape to fit this through without hitting anything, as long as you hit it swift. Sweet. So what we'll do, I'll get a cookie wheel. We'll clean all the crusties off of this. Our axle here doesn't matter. We'll hose everything down with the good stuff and then put it back together, retest it. We won't re-scope it. because we've seen the scope pattern. We assume what a good one looks like. We'll just take it for a drive, being that we can see our glitches and being that we had an ABS light right from the get-go. We'll make sure that code clears up, be good to go. You grab some fluid film too. And in there with my 1/4 inch dry stuff, there should be a little red fold over baggy thing. Yep. It's got some burrs in it. Yep, yeah, right there. Grab the cylindrical looking one. I guess they're all cylindrical, aren't they? Not the cone shaped one. How's that? And we're gonna want the little 3/8 cordless drill and DeWalt one. We're live. Huh. You got the little drill there, yeah? Yeah, look at that. Sweet. So I'm just gonna take and clean out this knuckle here. Get a little bit of the rust off it. Guess we're gonna need a blow nozzle too. Remember, just remove the rust, not the material. I like a little carbide burr. That seems to work pretty well for this job. I think my short one's at home, so you're gonna have to grab the long one. Bring over a can of the good stuff. Oh, look at that. She knows what the good stuff is. You have any brake cleaner at home, Anna?
Yep.
You do? Girl. In the kitchen?
No.
No. Oh. Just checking. All right, now we've got everything cleaned off. We'll give her the old blast. Fantastic. I'll take some fluid film. Will you grab our new wheel bearing? So we'll spritz this down. Spritz down the back side. A little on the inside. This job is like textbook right here. Oh man, our little battery light's flashing. We gotta hustle, folks. We're running out of battery. Never ran out of battery in a YouTube video. I'll take that. There's a right side up, so make sure that you have the speed sensor retaining clip facing the appropriate direction. Of course, we smashed the crap out of this one, so we have no idea what that was. I thought it was, wasn't that facing up? This one can only face, forward. I thought it was actually facing up. We gotta go look at the other side now. Hopefully, when they put that on, it's oriented correctly. Nope, I just looked the other side. My mistake, I'm the idiot. It faces in the forward direction. So, let's stick it on the axle shaft here, hopefully. Come on, baby. There she goes. Oh, let's see. Hope my camera doesn't die. All right, there's that. I'm gonna get the bolts that hold this thing together. I'll get these started from the back. I'll go plug the camera in for a second. If we're all done, I'll turn it back on. I just figured out why I pay Hannah all the big bucks. She says I should go get myself one of those portable charger thingies. We got one. We even did a review on it. Here we are not using it. Bam, there it is, plugged in, problem solved. Let's see if we can't line up one of these at least. All right, there's that one. There's that one, okay. Sweet, I'll get the rest of these in, get them torqued to factory specs, and we'll turn it back on. We'll examine the speed sensor here, compare it to the new, blow all this dirt and crap off it, and make a determination whether or not we need to change it. I'm thinking we probably don't. We got it in and torqued down. I'm just gonna take and, there's a couple little grooves on here that are kind of plugged up with sand and crust. We'll just kind of scrape those out a little bit. Because I think that's where it slides right down into that sensor, or into that retainer. It's just got a little bit of, you ever seen plastic rust? There's that. We'll take it like this. Look at that, huh? Give it a little spritz up there. Look at this little spritz. And then, I know my head's gonna be right in the way, but I've got to try to get that lined up in its little clip. That is such a cheap design, I'm not gonna lie. Why can't I get it in? Did we bend it a little bit, maybe? No. I need to move the camera so I can see. So basically just had to get the camera out of the way there so I could see, and that speed sensor clicked right in there. I know it doesn't look like much with fluid film sprayed all over it, but snapped right in. Thing of beauty. I don't think we're gonna need to replace that sensor. I'll finish throwing the brakes on and we'll take it for a shake. So we got the brakes on. We torqued our axle nut back there. Got the cotter pin in that. Everything went pretty smooth there. So we just got to button up the inside, torque this wheel on, and then we'll just grab the Altel and take it for a shake. See what it looks like. Hopefully it's good. Should be. I don't think we're going to have a sensor problem. I think our problem is mostly due to rust. Our sensor is plugged in, back in the corner. Where did this thing go? Like this. So, let's put this big honking tire back up in here. That thing looks like an antique. Yeah. 1994. 14th week of 1994. Wow. I'm pretty sure it should be using that. Anyhow, get the rope in here. Tying up his victims in. That's what the rope's for. Okay, we're back outside in the car. We'll come over here and we're going to want to clear our codes. Let me shut the car off. Sensor on. Erase codes. Code's been successfully erased. No fault codes detected. Fantastic. We'll go to live data. TPMS light, we never checked the tire pressure. So what do we want? We want wheel speeds. Well, we'll just do right rear, left rear, and something else here. We'll get our vehicle speed. Vehicle speed, show, merge graph. Okay, so there's our merged graph. We'll blow it up big. Change. Oh, big dummy. Change our y-axis. Okay, so our max speed is 50. So blue and green are going to be wheel speed signal. Red is going to be miles per hour. We'll just change the size of it. Okay, so now it's going to be a little fatter bar, you know, coming across there, so it might be easier to see. Let me drop her down in go gear. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's see. Fell right down on it. Let's see. So our blue and our green should track very, very closely together. See, right rear is blue. That's going to be the one that had the dropouts before. Of course, our red is just our vehicle speed. So that one, like I said, it's on a different scale, different values. Sure we got it. What I'll do is I'll head out on the big road, make sure our bearing's nice and quiet, make sure the brakes and everything feel good. But yeah, I don't see any dropouts or glitches. Sled wound up here. CVT transmissions, they're something else. It's like a controlled slip. Down at our scan data, that looks good. It's a confirmed fix. Our scaling was off a little bit there, so it went up out of the range. Whoa, rough road. Think driving with a cell phone is distracting. Just do it with a camera and a scan tool and try to smoke a cigarette. Yeah, defog it. It's all fogged up in here. Well guys, that is that. I think that's a confirmed fix. It was an easy fix. Not much more to say. We got to learn a little bit about that, you know, type 2 wheel speed sensor, and got to see that vary, you know, that 0.4 volts or whatever it was that it was switching. So that was kind of neat to see. Got to use the Altel and its scope function, which is always good, and you know, fun to kind of you know, use a couple tools. You never know when one's going to let you down. You got to follow with a backup, or usually what'll happen in my case, I'll be using one on one car, and you know, I don't like switching back and forth, even though both of them have that function that you can do very easily. But it's just as easy to leave one in one car and, you know, grab a different one. So, like I say, the scope on this, it'll get you out of a pickle, but it's nowhere near as friendly as the Snap-on one. I'll tell you that. They kind of spoil us with their scope. That's pretty nice. And I guess with that being said, this fella here should be pretty happy with the repair. He didn't have to buy a speed sensor, so it ended up being just wheel bearing, which was pretty cool. And I hope you guys learned a little bit about that. So check us out on Facebook, Google+, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that and you want to stay up to date with all our weekly publications. We roll out of here. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.